people, the idea of this is you're buying a virtual ticket. I know times are hard, so if you haven't got anything, then that's fine. But if you can donate £1, £2, £3, whatever, please do it, because you're helping so many people across our Twitter region. And if you have donated before, treat it like a ticket, treat it like you're going to a gig or a club, and please do it again if you can. That's all we ask. Please enjoy it, stay safe, and stay home.
Hi, I'm Azad, and this song is called Crocodile Tears. Nothing's making sense. You were here, now you're gone in a sec. Still run to your defense. Second guess my regrets when you call me upset. Cause I don't want your crocodile tears. All I wanted was you here. I don't want your crocodile tears. Nothing really matters now that you're gone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Saw you again as friends, but there's some things that I can't pretend. All the days we spent, second guess my regrets when you call me upset. Cause I don't want your crocodile tears. All I wanted was you here. I don't want your crocodile tears. Cause nothing really matters now that you're gone. Ooh. Nothing really matters now that you're gone. Hey, thank you for joining and streaming. This next tune is called Grow, and I hope you enjoy. I'm sorry for the way I treated you. You know that wasn't like me, don't you? I'm so glad that you're happy. Now it's been some time. Just tell me what we had wasn't all a lie. Just tell me what we had wasn't all a lie. I've moved on, I'd say, but I still think of you like the days when we spent all that time in your room. Now you're better off without me, I reckon. But do you ever stop and think for a second? Do you ever stop and think for a second? And everything has changed. Time has come with age, and I hope you're happy and your heart's still fine without me. The tears are left to dry. You found her in your eyes, and I hope you're happy and your heart's still fine without me. I know. You and me have grown. everything has changed. Time has come with age, and I hope you're happy and your heart's still fine without me. The tears are left to dry. You found her in your eyes, and I hope you're happy and your heart's still fine without me. I know. You and me have grown. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you. How was that for you, Colin?
Hello, Abby.
Hello.
Thanks for coming along. It must feel really strange playing to just me and my team.
Yeah, do you
Billy,
know what? It's
Katie,
actually quite
Andy and Sam,
nerve-wracking.
and Chris up there. Chris is up the back as well, really enjoying it as well. It sounds fantastic, but tell us a little bit about what it's like playing into this empty room right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've been doing a lot of like live streams from like my bedroom at home and stuff, so it's not too much different apart from it's just on a stage. But I don't know, it kind of feels like I don't know, gone back a bit. Like, I'm used to playing with a full band and stuff, so it feels like I'm like 12 again.
How's it been during lockdown for you? What's it been like? How have you coped through it, the isolation and that kind of thing?
At first, it was weird. Like, I was just really bored. But then I feel like everyone, and especially me, like, I've just kind of got used to it a bit. Like, I've got into like a little routine and like been doing loads of music, and it's a good excuse just to like, I guess, like lock yourself up and like actually do some music without being busy all the time. So it's not been too bad in that sense. But I do really miss playing gigs. So this is really nice to do, actually.
So
Yeah.
when you are playing those gigs, obviously you must feed back off the audience and everybody, you know, in the group stuff. What a sense when you're playing to a webcam at home or whatever, how do you get that feedback? How do you connect that way? Are you connecting through your music and the lyrics that you write? Is that how you do it, or is there a different way?
I guess you kind of have to like concentrate on the song more, and like it helps on like Instagram and stuff where you've got people commenting, so you can interact with them that way, because it's still through a screen. So like, for example, like all my mates will just tune in and we'll just literally just have a conversation. So in that way it's quite funny, really. But yeah, I guess, yeah, you have to, I don't know, think of things to say, like how's lockdown going for everyone, but no one's got anything to catch up on because everyone's just locked up, so.
Everyone's going through the same thing, you know what I mean? So tell us a little bit about the creativity as well. I was quite interested to see whether or not you're being more creative or if it's been a barrier to creativity. So if you're not getting out and about in the open world to see what's around you, or are you actually being creative within yourself a little bit more?
Yeah, so at first I didn't really have like, inspiration wise, it was really hard to just like think of things, because you know when you're busy every day, like you can think of song ideas like all the time and stuff. So I made like little spider diagrams of like song ideas that I could do, made loads of spider diagrams, and I did a Zoom call with my friend Rich, who I write with, and we managed to write a song.
That's
So that was a success.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I think these spider diagrams actually really help, because like you can actually see and you can think, right, I'll write a song about this, this and this and this. So
you're going to need to share that on your socials now, because I want to know what one of those looks like.
oh my god, nah, it's chaotic. It looks like I'm having a breakdown. It's like
But then a great song comes out of it as well.
Exactly. So yeah.
So, listen, people are not going to want to listen to me yapping, and well, they want to listen to you yapping, but they don't want to listen to me. But so you're going to play some more for us, a couple more songs, then we'll have another chat in a bit, I hope.
Sure, yeah.
What's coming up next then? What have you got for us now?
This one is Heartbreak Radio. It's a bit weird without a band, but I try my best.
Brilliant. Over to you.
In my room, I hear that sound again. But now you're just a melody, my friend. Play it back, rewind, your face runs through my mind. Fast forward to the end again. I hear a song on the Heartbreak Radio. I know it's wrong, but I can't quite let it go. Just sing along, think about the words you spoke. was I tours into? Is that what I want? 'Cause I don't have a clue. Play it back, rewind, your face runs through my mind. Fast forward to the end again. I hear your song on the heartbreak radio. I know it's wrong, but I can't quite let it go. Just sing along, think about the words you spoke. I hear your song on the heartbreak radio. I know it's wrong, but I just wanted to know. Just sing along, think about the words you spoke. I hear your song on the heartbreak radio. I know it's wrong, but I just wanted to know. Just sing along, think about the words you spoke. I hear your song on the heartbreak radio. I know it's wrong, but I just wanted to know. Do you think about all the times before it broke? Cool, thank you. Okay, so I'm probably going to go a bit emo now. This next song is called On a Low. I'm feeling stressed, my head's a mess, so I've moved all my room about. Dead at morning, awake at night. My mum tells me not to shout. If this is what you want, you move out of sight. It's been 2 years or so, and I'm on a low. I'm happy now, I'm with someone better. Are you happy now? Are you staying there forever? We grow and change, but do we ever rearrange? I wonder if you still shout. If this is what you want, you move out of sight. It's been 2 years or so, and I'm on a low. If this is what you want, you move out of sight. It's been 2 years or so, and I'm on a low, and I'm on a low, and I'm on a low. Thank you. Cheers.
That was absolutely beautiful. Tell us
Thank
a little bit about the story behind that song.
Basically, the story behind that song, I guess it's like looking back on past things and like wondering if people are still okay, that kind of thing. I took inspiration from a band that I really like called RYX. They're a really cool band, and I liked like the type of riff that they played, so I kind of like played around with it, and like I don't know, I got the idea, I guess, from the riff, and then I thought it's kind of about looking at past, you know, relationships, friendships, and everything, and seeing if they're all still cool, I guess.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you became musically gifted and talented. Were you born with it? Was it something that took a while? I mean, obviously you look like you were born with it. It's amazing. You know, I could never be as talented as that. That's fantastic. But tell us a little bit about your journey to where you are now and what the inspirations to that and stuff like that.
Well, I guess I was in a choir at school, and I used to like play a lot of classical kind of music. And then when I got a bit older, I started to get a bit bored and started to be like, nah, rebel, I don't want to play classical. So I started just like learning songs on guitar and stuff that I like listening to myself, like you know, like bands like Bombay Bicycle Club and like Bon Iver and like Daughter and all people like that. And yeah, and then just like started learning from there really, and just like stayed in my room and just started doing little videos and stuff.
This amazing creativity coming from home. I love it. Tell us a little bit about when you're out on the gig scene. What's your kind of thoughts and prayers behind what's going on now, and what do you think it's going to look like in a few months' time? Is it going to take longer? What's your opinions on it right now?
Well, I mean, like gig-wise, if like social distancing carries on, like I don't know how, you know, you can play like a lively gig with everyone like throwing pints at each other when you have to stay 2 meters apart. So like in that kind of thing, like I just don't know how it's going to work, but hopefully eventually like it will get back to normal. Like I really hope so. And I think in the meantime, like if anyone can do anything to like support venues and places like that to try and stay open, because you know like staff get furloughed and stuff, but they've still got like rent to pay and stuff. So you know it's like there's bound to be some closures, you know. So I guess doing things, you know, like I don't even know, like buying vouchers, or if they're doing takeaways and stuff, like buying takeaways for a food place. I don't know.
No, it's a good point. I think we're going to talk to Jay Taylor, a little bit later on, about the music venues and the things that they're struggling with at the moment. And there's some shocking statistics about the venues that are going to close down if they can't get some form of support somehow.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great idea if there's something that people can support those venues, even though they're locked down. There's probably still a role for them to play, and this is the point of tonight, showcasing the fact that these venues still exist, and they'll need that support, I guess. What do you think? I mean, this is obviously why United We Stream exists as well, because the nighttime economy is probably going to be one of the hardest to reboot, as you say. And I think for you as a musician as well, and that it must be really tough at the moment, thinking about what that's like. Have you got any?
Yeah, it's gutting, because I mean, like I was set for like my first busiest summer, like with festivals and stuff. So it is absolutely gutting. But I mean, like artist-wise, it's good that we've got social media, so people can keep doing live streams and kind of sweating social media a bit. But you know, venues, I don't know. I hope that they can just reopen and it get back to normal.
Do you talk to other artists about these sort of things, and do you support each other as artists through this? Is there a thing going on at the moment, people coming to each other?
Yeah, there's a lot of like on Instagram, artists doing live streams together, which is really cool, and people pushing selling merch and stuff like that is a massive one. You know, like buy merch, because that's that's like a massive help. And yeah, tuning into everyone's live streams and stuff is, I guess, all anyone can do at the moment.
So you heard it, everybody. Buy Abby's merch.
Buy the merch.
Buy lots of Abby's merch. And also, you know, donate to United We Stream as well.
And donate to United We Stream, yes.
Absolutely right. That fund is going to help people. It's going to help so many people in the nighttime economy, Nordoff Robbins and the Mayor's Charity as well. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop rattling on again, because people are going to get bored of me, but they're not going to get bored of you. So let's hear some more.
Okay, cool. This next one is a cover from a band called Brockhampton, and it's called Waste. worth of it. You see my name and I'll fade. Pitch my gap in your mind. Sat by the fire behind your eyes. Look through them just once or twice, but I might see something I don't like your hands in a shirt, entwined in cotton is love and smoke. Losing my way, seeing your name, but I'll be fine. Losing my way, seeing your name, but I'll be fine. Thank you. Cheers. So yeah, this next song is my last song, and it's called Pink Sky. It came out a couple of weeks ago, and the video came out last week. So if you like it, check it out. And also, yeah, donate to United We Stream because it's a great cause. This one's called Pink Sky. Never thought about anyone like I thought about you, but every time you say I'm the only one that wasn't, you can look me in the eye and tell me everything is fine. Carry on regardless, tell me that you could be mine. Waste time to these smiles. Endless summer, you said there's no other, but you left me for late nights under a pink sky. If I'm daydreaming, or is you I'm seeing? But you left me for late nights under a pink sky. Driving to a car park, it's nearly 9. Yeah, I'm in blue, but can we stay here until it's 4 or 5? Cause I can see you wanna leave, but it's you that makes me breathe. When I'm feeling dizzy, yeah, it's you I wanna see, but that's fine. Stuck on my mind. Endless summer, you said there's no other, but you left me for late nights under a pink sky. If I'm daydreaming, or is you I'm seeing? But you left me for late nights under a pink sky. Under a pink sky. Under a pink sky. Under a pink sky. Thank you. Cheers.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me as well.
Really appreciate it. Any messages you can say to the fans at home? Is there anything you want to say to people to follow you and follow your music?
Yeah. Follow Abby Azad, and yeah.
Abby, everybody, round of applause.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's not as big as it should be as well, by the way. So thank you very much, very appreciated. We're going to head over. Just got to press a few buttons so it looks very professional. And let me change my headphones quickly so I can hear Jay. At the other end. Jay, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Brilliant. Jay, that
holding pattern. But when this happened and it all started, beyond those obvious worries about the livelihood and health of my loved ones, one of the things was in the back of my mind. People are throwing unprecedented around a lot, aren't they? But it does fit. So when these unprecedented challenges landed on the doorsteps of all these small venues dotted around the country, Music Venue Trust, the sensational Mark and Bev, reached out and asked people to volunteer their services to do some of the heavy lifting around the country. So I'm speaking to a bunch of venues in the West.
So if I ask you some questions along the lines of what do you think, or what do they think it looks like in regards to when the clubs could reopen, and would really the public have the confidence to get into
feeling weird. But if you say a lower capacity can go into a room, well, the sums don't work either. So who's gonna fix that? And so there's still a series of questions everybody are still trying to wrap.
You know,
It's nighttime economy. I mean, there's no shortage of
is it for us to get that message out, and what do you think that message will look like?
well, when we can get a coherent and safe message out to people, and then people understand what it means to them personally in terms of like
Anyway tonight, but I'm pretty certain there's some amazing acts coming up and following tonight, and we're going to actually go to the Grimm Twins next, I believe, who Jay, I'll speak to you shortly.
The Grimm Twins are going to play today. This is a new one. It's called Working Overtime. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the last one. We've got another new song for you. It's called Go Out. We're going to play it for you. It's going to be a reminder to not go out during lockdown. Alright. Let's go. Don't go out.
Music is everything. It makes you feel really good. It's about love, sharing. That's what I've got from coming here.
Music is, I think, a fundamental human right.
I think music therapy helps here because it taps into a part of her memory that hasn't eroded yet.
The music's been very important to Mum because I just think it brings her back into our world a little bit.
For some reason, his mind's clicked on in a certain way that it wouldn't have done without the music.
I was isolated in my house for 5.5 years, and through music, perhaps he was able to communicate.
Because music's such a simple thing, but it's a personal thing. It's little steps all the time.
Music therapy has enabled Mary to develop her communication and her social interaction.
I'm sure there's a band playing in his head all the time, and I want to help him make the music that's in his head.
During the session, he's a completely different person when he's drumming. It's like having Eddie back to how he always used to be.
What you see is that despite illness, trauma, disability, people can always access music. And you start to see self-esteem, confidence, freedom, control, expression, or on one level social change and how music affects people's lives, but then affects the community that's around that person. But I think what really profound is that relationship they can foster with music, because that can then last a lifetime.
Okay, that's us. Unexpectedly, I'll get my teeth in, coming to the Grimm Twins just that little bit earlier. Hello, the Grimm Twins.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Right, so introduce yourselves. Top left-hand corner in a clockwise fashion. Back round again. So who have we got in the top left? Oh, no, you don't know that, do you? Only I know that, because you don't know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. So I'll do that. We've got Harrison, we've got George, we've got Will, we've got Tilly. There you go. So I even put the logos on there. So listen, tell us a little. So your set was just cut into a little bit early with an advert which for Nordoff Robbins, which is one of the charities that we support at United We Stream. Musical therapy is very important. And on that subject, how important is your music to you right now? Who would like to go first?
Well, yeah, it's very. Well, I'll go. Yeah, Harry will go first, and let's. Yeah, it's very important. It's we yeah, it's, you know, it's there all the time. Music, you can listen to it when you're down, and you know, when you're happy and sad, and it's we've probably been listening to a bit more music recently. You know, trying to
in the lockdown.
Yeah, trying to you know, listen to explore a bit more maybe because you've got a bit more time. Listen to a few vinyls, you know.
We were
been on the stage.
We were talking to Abby a little bit before about whether or not the isolation helps creativity or hinders it a little bit. I wonder if you would like to let us know what it's been doing for your creativity.
Personally, I've found it really hard to like adjust because we're very much a band that plays in a room together, and we flesh things out that way. And now we're kind of stuck behind screens. You kind of lose that magic of finding the sound. Yeah.
Tilly, would you feel the same way as well, or is it great being away from these lot?
No, I have missed coming. We went to the studio pretty much every night, so I've kind of missed going and meeting up and writing and stuff. So yeah, it's different behind a screen, isn't it?
And Will, what's it like with you? I mean, are you in the loft at the minute? Is that where you are?
I'm in the attic now. Yeah, it's had the sun on it all day. Obviously, going to the studio is the best bit, really. We kind of bounce off each other, and we're a band where we all write together, really. So it has been quite hard. But I mean, you can record things yourself and send them over the internet. So it's still possible, but not as good as going to the studio.
I think vibing, I mean, this is the other thing as well. We're going to talk about it a little bit in a moment. Vibing off each other is one thing, but being able to vibe off a crowd in front of you is another. And I mean, what's that doing to you guys at the moment? Are you missing that dreadfully, or is it something that is really impacting your response to your music? We asked Abby earlier, is she vibing off herself more as a result? So what do you guys think?
A lot of the times once we play new songs live, they normally come together a lot more. Once you get that idea, that you can see how the crowd reacts to something. That's when we normally know when a song's finished. Once we played it live a few times, and it changes up, or it changes a bit. But I guess it's just different. We not with the gigs. It was never like in isolation, I guess, without gigs or without the outside influence on your ideas, because we normally,
I mean, it definitely seems like there's something missing from my life. There's a hole there, which I used to fill with playing to people, but it's kind of just having to adjust to new ways of reaching your audience, I guess.
You're not filling that hole with workouts in the morning with Joe Wicks? No, is that just something you can't?
Well, no, I'm a postman, so I get my workout going off.
So, I mean, when we look at we've been talking to Jay a little bit about the music venues as well, and the importance of getting this industry back up and running again when we can. We don't know what that looks like at the moment. There's no information about what we need to do, but we can plainly see that there is a huge amount of people that are reliant on a very successful nighttime economy. Would we all agree with that?
Yeah.
And so as a result of that, what do you guys think that's going to look like? And tell us a little bit about your thoughts about those people that are not working in the nighttime economy at the moment, and what we need to do to support them more.
I guess. Well, just get everything obviously back running as quickly or as possible, I guess.
Do you miss having, those people around you? The doorman, the bar staff, the pot washers in the restaurant, all these people that
they can go. Well, the rest can stay.
So say that again. Sorry.
The doormen, they can go. We don't miss the doormen, but we miss everyone else. Yeah,
they're all very important people, and this is the thing, And tell us a little bit more as well about sort of your hopes for where the end of the lockdown comes. Are you wanting to get out there as quickly as possible, or do you think it will be a slower approach for you as a group?
I guess it just depends on the rules, the regulations. I imagine everyone will be gagging for some sort of live show or any sort of live music, loud music event. Obviously the Warehouse Project's a big one in Manchester. I can imagine that'll be absolutely, well, it always is rammed, but it'll be extra rammed because it's every Christmas, isn't it? It's around the winter time. So I think no festivals, we're all we definitely try and get out as soon as possible. Yeah, definitely as a band, yeah.
I do think it's going to be one of the last things to come back, though, with when they start letting people go out again.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the first thing we do is put on a gig and try and get people to come down,
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we're going to come back to you shortly. We're going to mix in, like Telemagic, hopefully, the last bit of your lockdown special that I accidentally pressed the wrong button on, so I do apologise for that now. So hopefully, with a bit of magic, we'll get onto this next bit, and we'll come back to you shortly.
Thank you.
Upside down in the rain, I bought flowers and chocolates, it always
Alright, we're the Grimm Twins. This is our last song. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's called I Don't Care. Have a good one. Thank you. I'm a cliche and I don't care. I'm a contradiction and I don't care. I'm a stereotype and I don't care. I'm wearing name badge, baby, but I don't care. Well, I don't care what you say, and I wouldn't anyway. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, I don't care. You got a company car? Well, I don't care. You got a pair of Yeezys? Well, I don't care. You're going to Ibiza? Well, I don't care. You're engaged? Well, guess what? I don't care. Well, I don't care what you say, and I wouldn't anyway. I don't care what you do, even if it's in the news. I don't care if it makes sense, 'cause you're sitting on the fence. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, I don't care. Solo. You want guest list? Well, I don't care. You got a new boyfriend? Well, I don't care. Wow, new music, Friday playlist. St. Louis Beats 1, English. Bob Gold fucking says I'm mad. You got a Azad dossier. Well, I don't care what you say, and I wouldn't anyway. I don't care what you do, even if it's in the news. I don't care if it makes sense, 'cause you're sitting on the fence. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, I don't care.
Gonna come to you now. That was great. I now know what it all means to be a Grimm twin. I'm educated in that. No, listen. Tell us a little bit about the songs that we've just heard. Do you want to? Who wants to start? Just fill us in on those songs. Tell us a little bit about them. Tell us a little bit of the backstory. Who's going to go first with that?
Yeah, I can. They're just clapping outside for the NHS. That's, if you can hear that, the pots of hands.
We'll all give that a clap as well, shall we? It's like we timed it perfectly. It's like we timed it perfectly. Great job.
Yes. There we go.
Yes, the songs.
The songs. They're just, I guess quite a few of them are a bit, opinionated. I don't care. A lot of people, post, social media basically. They put up what they like or what they're doing or their food or holiday or any of that. So I just sort of listed a lot of things which a lot of people, post, and I just sort of did the stereotypical list and did that really. Nice. And then just that's that one. What else is on it?
Success is on it.
Success. That's again just about everyone's surrounded by sex and all that, and I can say that on here, can't I? Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can't swear.
All right, okay. Just surrounded by it on the internet, and everyone's expected to be, a success or have a good relationship or not fall out or be pretty or handsome and always look good. That's that one. Some of love, that's what it says on the cover. Just reminiscing about past summer. Everyone's done it. Summer of '69, all that.
I've done that.
Yeah. just reminiscing about stereotypical summer of love. What else?
What else was it?
Oh, working overtime.
Yeah, that's for the NHS, that one, because they are working overtime. We've
Yes.
never played that
Postman.
to anyone, so
That's
that's a
a new
premiere
one.
tonight. That one.
Fantastic.
That's just about working overtime, basically, and getting frustrated and feeling just
Down with your job.
over and over.
George the postman, he's still working, all that stuff, you know.
So tell us a little bit about the birth of the Grimm Twins. Then let's have a look at that. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got together. That origin story. What was that like? How did you manage to get together? Give us a little bit of a story of that.
Well, me and Harry and Joe, the twins, we grew up together from, I think I'm 2 weeks older than them, so I've known them since I was 2 weeks old. So we all went to high school with each other. Tilly went to another high school in Mac, and then after I think sixth form, we all just kind of got together. George was in a rival band at high school, so we've always we've always played music around each other. So yeah,
kind of just happened. There was like nothing else to do. Well, maybe I had nothing else to do, but just kind of like doing it, just like mutual interest in playing music. Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about that rival band stuff. Does that still exist, or are bands coming together a little bit more now because of the situation that we're in? Are people kind of sharing their stories? Have you got a band WhatsApp in Macclesfield or something like that? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Is there a kind of a sense of camaraderie and supporting in that front at the moment?
I mean, it's definitely Macclesfield. I mean, I'm not in a WhatsApp group with any of them, but there's no rivalry. No. The venues are definitely sticking together. We'll definitely get involved when everything comes back together to help whatever venues need to be helped, whether it's Macclesfield or Manchester. Yeah. But there's definitely there is a scene. There's not really a specific scene as such, but there is a scene in terms of live music, and it is buzzing. There you go.
Cool. And just sharing your experiences with everybody else. I mean, this is obviously I'm going to get all deep and meaningful with you now, and we only just met, but you know the shared experience is important, and for you guys to be sharing your experiences with everybody that's watching at home as well is an authentic thing that we talk about a lot on United We Stream. And you know what can you say to these folks at home that might have some couple of quid down the back of the sofa to help donate? What would your messages be? To them to do it.
Well, they have to, you know. It's keeping the wheels on everything we know and we all know, basically.
Creativity is like it's like the wheel of the world. I mean, we wouldn't have discovered the wheel without creativity. You know what I mean? So that's like
or bread.
So please donate everything you can to the arts.
Try something first,
because we don't know if Boris will.
Yes.
And you've got most of people that in the music industry are self-employed, so they're being hit the worst by this. So where the government, I don't know how much support they're giving, but with people's donations, it's going to make a big difference with people's livelihoods.
It's what the Northerners do best. It's what we do best up in Manchester. It's, there is no United We Stream other cities in this country right now. It is a Manchester thing. It's a greater Manchester thing. It's what we do when we come together. So, listen, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for putting up with the technology. Thank you for putting up with my bad directing as well. It's very much appreciated. We are going to head over to Renn now, as we've got another lockdown special from her, and hopefully we're going to talk to her in a little while too. But from me and everybody at United We Stream, thank you very much, Grimm Twins. Much appreciated. Round of applause for the Grimm Twins, everybody. See you soon.
Hello, this is Renn, and this is Romeo, and we're delighted to be playing some songs for you today from our cave. And this first track you're going to hear is called Teenage Mascara, which I'll be playing on the Omnicode. It's not in shot, but here it is. Okay. I'll let them have it with that strawberry power. Let those cartoon eyes pop right out. Teenage mascara running down my face. Have I no damage control? These cowboy curls got me in a whirlwind. Giddy up, crack the whip, I'm so. But I must confess that I am a mess. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. But don't it feel good to be bad? Don't it feel good to be had? Oh, you look so good when you're mad. Am I the best, the best, the best you ever had? I cut my hair in the bathroom mirror. Do you ever get tired of looking like yourself? I go from a tiger to a scalded cat. Said, hey, good looking, what you looking at? Say you're a breaker, don't you ever drop the act? Why not cool off in the shade? Don't need high heels with these dancers' legs. I'll spin you around like a ragdoll renegade. But I must confess that I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. And don't it feel good to be bad? Don't it feel good to be had? Oh, you look so good. Am I the best, the best, the best you ever had? Quick snap, take my photograph. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep things going now with a song called This Is How You Make Me Feel. Is this what it feels like? You got me coming up, sunshine. And it feels like the first time. And now you got me all tongue-tied. This is how you make me feel. 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 Say it all with a sweet sound. This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me Is this what it feels like to feel? This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me Is this what it feels like? 'Cause it feels like the first time. Okay, let us carry on. The next song is called This Is Our Love. Silence yourself. Do you know how it feels to be terrified? This is our love. Tell all your friends, far when we kiss, the screams alive. This is our love. Why does the curse of this touch pull me right through you? With every bind that I break, I'm breaking too. And what if the one thing you wanted just wanted to hurt you? Hurt you. Hurt you. Silence yourself. This could be heaven and sweet hell. This is our love. Tell all your
Okay, onwards we go. We are going to slow things down considerably now. And this is a song called You Don't Know Me. You don't know me. Why the heck do you think you do? You don't know these tears are not for you. I'll be that girl that haunts you. I'll be that girl. It's not that I didn't want you. You don't own me. Why on earth do you feel you do? You don't own these years I lost to you. I'll be that girl that haunts you. I'll be that girl. It's not that I didn't want you. Did you really think that I was just a toy to play with until you're through? Did you ever wonder why I stopped looking at you? The poison bled through. I thought that you knew, but you don't know me. Why on earth do you feel you do? I was only a game for you to lose. I'll be that girl that haunts you. I'll be that girl. It's not that I didn't want you. Okay. Well, I think we have time for two more. Because, yes, we have time for two more. I'm gonna have to take a long lie down after this. Okay. Perhaps we should pick it up a bit. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to party. and I hope you've enjoyed the set so far from two bats singing the hearts out, playing the hearts out. But we're going to take it up now, and we're going to play a song called Strange Thing. Here we go. Ah, different mental state. Help. Let me put my paws on you. Strange thing, this record's got me feeling myself. So what if it just cleared the dance floor? There's room for you and no one else. I see you beneath the blanket of your clothes. I see you. You know I'm not like other girls. I see you searching for the darkest corners, determined not to have a good time, pretending not to have a good time. Let me put my paws on you. Strange thing, this record's got me feeling myself. So what if it just cleared the dance floor? There's room for you and no one else. I see you with two fingers to the world. I see you. Who cares if you're a boy or a girl? I see you searching for the darkest corners, determined not to have a good time, pretending not to have a good time. Do we pretend all night? I see you. I see you. I see you searching for the darkest corners, determined not to have a good time, pretending not to have a good time. Do we pretend all night? Let me put my paws on you. Strange thing, this record's got me feeling myself. So what if it just cleared the dance floor? There's room for you and no one else. That was Strange Thing, for all you strange things out there. Our time is coming to an end, and we're both very happy to be asked by United We Stream to participate, and I hope you've enjoyed what we have done. And stay safe out there, everybody. Sending you loads of love. We're going to end on a song called Curves and Swerves. If I take off my clothes in the dark, will you still be laughing? And if life ain't one cruel joke, then tell me why does this keep happening? Maybe got some curves and some swerves. What you gonna do about it? And you've got some nerve to even think you could ever live without it. Maybe I'm much too much for a lost boy like you. Well, if I throw myself at you, would you even know what to do? So here I stand like a fool, waiting and waiting for you. Oh, maybe I don't wanna show what you think you're missing. And maybe the one thing you like is just what I've been given. 'Cause I've got some curves and some swerves. What you gonna do about it? And you've got some nerve to even think you could ever live without it. Maybe you didn't hold on, and maybe your touch was all wrong. And maybe maybe I'm much too much for you. Thank you so much. Lots of love.
Brilliant, thank you. And on the end of there was a big round of applause here, and I swear to God, it's absolutely empty here. Welcome to United We Stream. Thank you so much for doing that for us. It was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much. For those that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us where your inspirations come from, first of all.
Well, my name's Renn, have you? I'm from Salford in Manchester. Hello. Inspirations? Oh, well, Salford's a big one. Definitely where I was brought up, that's a big inspiration. My colourful life so far is a big inspiration. Everything, you know.
What's it like at the moment being an artist in this time, being locked down? Are you finding yourself more creative or less creative at the moment?
More actually. It's it's obviously it's such a traumatic time right now, but when I was going into lockdown, a group of my friends, we decided to do this together, and my friend has a basement full of musical equipment. I can show you.
Wow.
This is what I'm working with here.
That's incredible.
And yeah, we're in a bit of a bubble. We're in a bit of a music bubble. Every day is something different. So that video you saw, that I was singing in front of is it's a film called Angel's Egg, and it's free on YouTube. But you know, one day we put that on and we made the film score for it. You know, like that was our thing that day. We just, you know, made it up as we went along and keeping busy, you know, with things like that.
That's fantastic. And what's it like having all those people around you personally now? Are you supporting each other? Are you finding it a lot easier because you've got that friendships and that support?
Yeah, I definitely, I didn't realize that I was a social creature until this happened, because I've spent a lot of time sort of by myself, and I'm really enjoying seeing people every day and asking them how they are, and they, you know, you need it. You know, it's it feels like quite a supportive time. I think especially, you know, I brought an album out at the beginning of this month, and there were so many emotions that came with that. That it was good to have people around me that I know, you know, care about me and stuff. So yeah, but it's a weird time, you know.
So with that album as well, I mean, I guess you were hoping to get out there and tour and gig and get people listening out in the street, so to speak. What's your response to not being able to do that? I mean, obviously United We Stream is a platform for that. That's why we're doing it. It's important. But what other methods are you trying out to get out there at the moment?
Well, you know, I'm online a bit more now. You have to unpeel the shyness a little bit more, you know. It's like you have to find a way, or you have to accept the shyness that comes along with the other emotions, the other personality traits that you have. So yeah, you know, I've put myself out there a little bit more, certainly, since I can't be on an actual stage. I'm also thinking of starting something called renditions, where I do 100 songs in 100 days.
Wow,
that's a little challenge for myself. It's good, yeah.
Is that performing them, or is that performing them or writing them? Performing them. Have you got those written already?
Yeah, well, some people in the house are going to write a song every day, but I think I'm going to do a cover a day for now. Wow. Because I want to show what I can do. You know what I mean? You know, it's gonna be death metal one day, you know, musical theatre the next.
I love that.
So yeah, look out for that, everyone at home.
Well, I don't want to go too deep into your psyche and everything, but you mentioned about sort of not being able to be on stage. You have to come out of your shyness a little bit. Tell us about. I mean, do you find that the stage protected you a little bit from being open with people, or you know, I don't want to. It's just, you know, it's not a psychiatrist bench or anything like that for any stretch of imagination, but it'd be interesting to know.
Well, it all started. Yeah, I mean, you know, you put your outfit on, you put your makeup on, and you know, maybe a wig. I'm getting into wigs at the moment. This is my hair, but I've got a collection of wigs going on at the moment. But yeah, I mean, you know, you put your armor on, and then you go on stage, and then the lights come on, and then there's the audience, and it feels like, to me, the closest to magic, you know. Wow. That's when like the world finally makes a little bit of sense, and the extrovert that's there inside of me just goes hello, you know, like
oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And, that's really nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice. And
thanks.
You know, just kind of, so not having that audience there, not having those lights on you, you know, it's great that you say you've got this support. I mean, that basement looks incredible. I really want to come there and see it and everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Brilliant. It looks awesome. We're talking an awful lot about what we think it might look like at the end of the lockdown. How do we get the nighttime economy back on track again? What do you think that's going to take to do? And how important is it to try and get it back up and running as quickly as possible?
What, after all this is over?
Yeah, after the lockdown, well, it becomes something else. You know, the nighttime economy is massive in Manchester. It's a really important thing, and you know, everybody from the pot. I keep saying it, from the pot washer to the doorman to the club owner to the barista. Everybody's suffering. All this around you, your talent shines by this massive group of different people around you who aren't there anymore. You know, how do we? You know, if we can't get 400 people into the Met, for example, what's that going to look like? And how do you think, or what do you think we need to do to get back onto track again?
God, I don't know. To be honest. I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Who knows? You know, maybe it's going to start small. Maybe we have to start with smaller venues first and smaller gigs, and maybe build it up from there. But yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I've got a whole...
I wonder
Yeah.
if that intimacy comes into the play a little bit here. Then that, like you say, those small gigs, that more localized thing. Maybe you're going to have to come out of your shell even more. Maybe if you're going to have to be in a really small venue. I don't know. Maybe. Tell us a little bit. Let's jump back to your music now a little bit as well. Tell us a little bit more about your influences. Tell us a little bit more about where your creativity came from for the songs that we heard today.
Where has it come from? I think, a lot of it, I think, has come from my childhood. My mum's like a expressive character, and she had a theatre company in Salford called the Three Wise Monkeys, and the people that she would get to act mostly weren't actors. She would have vulnerable people, like friends from the pub, might be alcoholic, drug addicts, all kinds of people. But my mum would see a spark in certain people, and they would come round to our house. We had a bungalow, and we'd have parties in the back garden. So there might be someone who would come down and read a monologue, while there was a fire going in the back, in the middle, and there might be someone who does a monologue, and then my dad might turn up and bring his guitar and start singing, and I would notice that certain songs, even being like 7 or 8 or whatever, I would notice that certain songs would change the atmosphere, and the adults would change, like the mood. You could cut the mood, and it might get sad, or it might get contemplative, or something would happen. And that really fascinated me from a young age, that with music, you could sorry, it cut out for a second there. But yeah, with music, you could have such an impact. And I think because I was a kid, I was around it. I listened for years and years and years. I never sang as a child, so I retained a lot of information. And by the time it was, my turn to sing, I felt like I had so much inside, So yeah, definitely characters from Salford. I have met the most eccentric, interesting people you could ever imagine in all various kinds of states, like wildly interesting and just bizarre people, that I sort of grew up with, I guess, in a sense. And so they've been really inspiring to me, my mum, obviously, and, music, and like my mum's music taste, she, we lived in a bungalow, so when she was playing her music at night, they were kind of like my lullabies, because you can hear everything in a bungalow. There's no secrets in a bungalow. And it would range from, Billie Holiday to The Fall to, all kinds of stuff, classical, and Mum's got good taste. And so all that kind of infiltrated.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
that's such a lovely story. Thank you for sharing that. That's really, really nice. And being surrounded by music is really important. And we just want to talk about Nordhoff Robbins for a little bit, because Nordhoff Robbins is one of the charities that we support at United We Stream, which is all about musical therapy. It's supporting people with music. So it sounds, what you're saying there it rings true, and how powerful music could be. That's obviously played a massive role in your younger. So if you could say anything to anybody at home about trying to donate to United We Stream, the nighttime economy is important, but also is this musical therapy important? I wonder if you could just give us your insight on why people should be dipping into the pockets for that.
Musical therapy. Wow, yeah. I mean, do you mean like musicians can go and talk to someone?
No, yeah, they go and people with special needs and people that need help, they learn musically, they learn instruments, they learn to sing, they learn to play, they learn to create and stuff using this program.
Yep. Please, please donate, because I can't tell you how important. I can't tell you how important that is. I say music has saved my life numerous times. It can be the difference between getting out of bed and not getting out of bed that morning. You might just put on a tune and go, it comes on, you think, you know what, I can't help but tap my foot to this. Maybe I'll get up. Maybe I'll brush my teeth. Okay. So yes, please don't donate. It's really it can save lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. Changes lives and saves lives. Thank you. That is really, really nice. Just finally as well, just before we disappear, are you on socials? Have you got the social channels all locked in yet? How do people follow you?
Yes, it's just my name, Renn Harvieu, RENHARVIEU. Just search for me and I will be there.
Listen, we're gonna head over to Niall now, who's raring to go. But I just wanted to say thank you so much from everybody at United with Stream for taking the time out to do this for us. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was a pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
Good stuff.
Thanks a lot.
I'll
Thank
speak
you.
to you soon. Take care.
Thanks, Renn. If you ever need another guitar player, I'll be that. Hi, everyone.
Feeling fine after all this time. You got it right. I know you tried. Now everyone's seen you being a part-time girl, and you're breathing in like you've always been, and you picked a fight with the morning light. Everyone's seen you being a part-time girl. You jump, you mostly fall, and it's alright trying what you've done before. And you never lied to anyone, held your hand out for anyone, and you know where you come from, because it's just a place that you've already been. Feeling fine after all this time. You got it right. I know you tried. Now everyone's seen you being a part-time girl, and you're breathing in like you've always been, and you picked a fight with the morning light. Everyone's seen you being a part-time girl. Jump, but you never learn, and it's alright. Tides begin to turn, and you never lied to anyone, pull the rug out from anyone, and you know where you come from, because it's just a place that you've already been. Have you ever lied to anyone, pull the rug out from anyone, and you know where you come from, because it's just a place that you've already been. Feeling fine after all this time. You got it right. I know you tried. Now everyone's seen you being a part-time girl, and you're breathing in like you've always been, and you picked a fight with the morning light. Everyone's seen you being a part-time girl. Have you ever lied?
Thanks, everyone. I have to just imagine rapturous applause. I should have brought like a sample to play. I'm acting like I don't have one of those.
High-speed thought you're thinking when we sleep plugged in. High-tech, low-life, and I don't know why we don't seem to notice. Now it's hard to focus. High-tech, low-life, and I don't feel right. You know this, 'cause you're always on my mind. Alright. We don't ask permission, only they listen. High-tech, low-life, and I don't feel right. We don't walk with regret, it's all already been said. High-tech, low-life, just in time. You know this, 'cause you're always on my mind, and you want it. Do you think we'll be alright? 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 High-speed thought you're thinking we still sleep plugged in. High-tech, low-life, and I don't feel right. We don't seem to notice. Now it's hard to focus. High-tech, low-life, and we're just in time. You know this, 'cause you're always on my mind, and you want it. Do you think we'll be alright? Do you think we'll be alright? Yeah, you think we'll be alright? You think we'll be alright? Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Right, I'm going to play my current single. It came out a couple of weeks ago. It's called Still Hearts. You try not to notice, to kill with kindness. Still hearts define us, both feet there to guide us. Go say yes, both arms bending backwards. Still hearts they can still miss, still hearts that keep us in this. Go the tightest grips from the loosest lips. Say I can't resist, no I can't resist. So I stay up late and count to 10. Still hearts beat once and they'll beat again. such a mess. Feeling once and you know the rest. At night we shout the loudest. Both lips just say you liked it and go ooh. Tightest grips from the loosest lips say I can't resist, no I can't resist. So stay up late and count to 10. Still hearts beat once and they'll beat again. So we've had our fun, we've had our fights. Your breath so warm on the coldest night. And you sing out loud and you sing out of tune, 'cause your brain's the mess and my heart's the fool. Thanks everyone. Hope everyone's doing okay on this, I'm assuming, Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, I think we're about there. Niall, just a great opportunity to just interrupt you in your flow. Yeah. So I'll apologise for that. That's now. All right. Thank you again from everybody at United We Stream for doing this and coming down. We're asking everybody, what's it like playing to an empty room, or just us?
It's not the first time I've played to an empty room, don't worry.
We've all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's not going to be the last either. No, I mean, it's, you know, it's strange. It's strange. But I'd rather people be safe, you know.
Absolutely.
So my ego can take a blow.
What we were talking about, the way sort of certain musicians vibe off this, you know, the crowd and all this sort of thing, and that use of your inner strengths and stuff to vibe off yourself and stuff. How are you managing with that at the moment?
I mean, you just have to. I think you just have to be okay with the reason you make music in the first place, which is pretty much. I mean, I think a lot of people, it's just you make it for yourself because you want to make it. So. That hasn't changed. You know, the audience, people, you know, focusing on what they've got to do to get through their day, you know, in a crazy thing that most people have never had to deal with before. I think for music, I still do it for the same reason, because it's like, I want to write songs that I like, you know.
I am actually smiling underneath this mask, and so you can't see it, but I'm agreeing with you with that. But that's the other thing. That's the good thing, though. So if you're buzzing off the stuff that you make yourself, how does it feel when you see somebody connecting to that same feeling?
It's amazing. It's why it's like I, you know, consider myself very lucky that I get to do this for a job. You know, and long may it continue.
Long may it continue. Those songs were beautiful. Tell us a little bit about those first three songs, the inspiration, the story behind them a little bit.
So I played those three. I did a mix of the last two singles that we've just had out, and then one song that for anyone that's knows my music or sees us play live, it's one that I just I'll never not play, because it's old for me. I think I wrote it when I was like 16, something like that.
Wow.
And it's never not, you know, it really, it's never boring for me to play on stage. I'm never sick of it, because it feels amazing when you have written a song that it means a lot to people, that people really enjoy. And I think we all like it for the same reason. So that, to me, is like I'm in a room full of like-minded people. So that's always really, really nice to feel, you know.
So, and it's connected to those people that we were talking about before, and just how important is United We Stream at the moment, connecting you to those audiences? What we talk a lot, we talked to Renn a little bit before about this emptiness at the moment in those venues. A lot of venues are going to be struggling now as a result of not being able to. And how important is it for you now to connect to audiences to tell them, we don't know how it's going to be, but why is it important for them to go out when they can?
I mean, when we can go out again, it's going to be fantastic. You know, and I think it's key to remember this is your opportunity to come out when it's safe and shape the environment that you want to see now. So Manchester is an amazing place. It's an amazing city, and I've been lucky enough to tour around the world, and wherever there are music fans, people know Manchester. And that is amazing. And people love Mancunians, and it's our currency, it's our cultural currency. And I want to live in a city and be from a city that has so many different kinds of small venues. And we know if the venues are there, people will go. It's up to the government, it's up to the council to protect these, because this is the most important thing in Manchester.
Do we not shout about Manchester enough when it comes to global music and our influence on the world stage?
It's amazing. Mancunians are the worst for it. I don't know why or how people can put up with Mancunians telling other people Manchester's really great.
We'll talk about your heritage a little bit later on.
No worries.
Because so many questions and things like that. But I'm
Yeah.
going to let you carry on. When you're ready to come back to us, we'll have another chat.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to play another old one because, you know, I get to dictate what I do.
I'm tired of doing nothing, and we're dying, but we're dying doing nothing. TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain. Doing nothing, and it's hopeless. Can't hope 'cause you're doing nothing. TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain, TV broke my brain. Trying, but we're tired and we're doing something, and we're dying, 'cause we died and we did something. TV broke my brain, 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 TV broke my brain.
Thanks everyone. Thanks. I need that. You're playing a new one, but if you don't know me, then they're all new.
I had a dream I died in the ocean. Well, I guess my luck ran out this time. Well, never mind, never mind. What if I sleep on 4-leaf clovers? If I always jump the cracks, if I don't make it then, well, maybe next time. Well, then I wanna see all my friends singing. you hoped when you were at the end of your road. And I wanna hear all my favorite songs playing loud so I can sing along, and all the things you hoped when you were at the end of your road. Always thought I'd been so careful, always tried to look both ways, but if it's my time, well then it's my time. Well then I wanna see all my friends singing, clap along to those bells are ringing, and all the things you hoped when you were at the end of your road. And I wanna hear all my favorite songs playing loud so I can sing along, and all the things you hoped when you were at the end of your road. Imagine a guitar solo. Planets to pick from, then I'm glad I chose this one, filled with all the things I love. If there's an above, then I wanna hear all my friends singing, clap along to those bells are ringing, and all the things you hoped when you were at the end of your road. And I wanna hear all my favorite songs playing loud so I can sing along, and all the things you hoped when you were, when you were. Thanks everyone.
It's just on you. That's it. Face. That was it. There was no other things. But that was fantastic. I really love that one.
Thanks.
I'm gonna have to go and get that downloaded as soon as possible.
I mean, yeah, I've got to get it out. I need to get it recorded.
Hurry up.
No.
I'll get this. I'll watch this back. So let's talk about the genetics. Let's talk about Dad and all that kind of stuff. Sorry
famous
for asking.
guitar player.
Yeah, sorry for asking.
Yeah, famous guitar player Jimi Hendrix.
Tell us a little bit about growing up like that and having that inspiration around. Tell us about your dad. Tell us a little bit about the influence of all that. It'd be really nice to hear.
Yeah, so my dad's Johnny Marr.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Not Jimi Hendrix.
No.
But, I mean, you know, it's growing up. It was just around serious musicians, and it was learning how to listen to music. Like, you know, you could play anything in the house, but you had to defend your decision, you know. And that's like, we're definitely not, you know, music Nazis. If it's a pop tune and it's a good pop tune, we'll play it, you know. And it was that learning to engage with music from being really little that I think is the most important thing. And also being around a lot of adults, a lot of artists with a real work ethic, you know.
How quickly did you suddenly realise that you were picking up on that musical, like, knowledge, if you will? You know, how quickly did you become that? Actually, I can do this too. And
I think it's just always been there. You know, I probably realised I was a little more intense about it than my friends. You know, like when I was young. But I think it's the only thing I've ever thought of doing. You know, and that's because I saw, by and large, that was the people that were around. That's what they all did. So for me, it wasn't, being a musician wasn't an alien obstacle to overcome mentally. which I think a lot of people, you know, if you you don't come from a musical family, you have to find these records, you have to find, your outlet. But for me, it was, it was, I'd seen people do it, so it made sense,
So tell us a little bit about those pop songs that you like so much. I'm only joking. Just tell some of the songs. Give us some, because especially when we talk about Manchester music as well. If there's anything in there that you could sort of share with us that you really draw from.
I mean, Manchester music's a tough one because I think when you grow up here, you look to everything else, and so I was really into American bands, and I was really into American music because for me, I don't drink, I never have, and I'm not like a shouty dude, even though I know today I'm doing an acoustic show, but normally it's a band, but for me, I always liked these American bands like Elliott Smith, because I'd see someone that I really looked up to as a kid and who wasn't shouting, who wasn't being, who sang like I thought I sang, because I just like pretty songs. So I like pretty melodies. So for me, it was like Elliott Smith, Broken Social Scene, and then when I got a little older, it was American bands that were like super guitar-y, that and fast and loud, and then you go through that, and so having that mix is really important. But then it wasn't till when I was older, and when I left Manchester, I lived in the States for a while, and then coming back to do this album that I've been playing a few songs from, I came back and was really like, oh, Manchester's amazing. It's an amazing little place, and then I really felt like I was like, oh, this is home, and I just thought I put home somewhere else, but it's not,
Tell us a little bit, about the Manchester venues. Let's just have a quick look at the venues. You must have, grown
I
up.
have a massive tattoo of Night and Day, and I don't just mean like, it doesn't just say Night and Day. It's the whole building. Like, it's big,
I'm not going to ask you to get it out.
It'd be too,
there is a watershed.
One day.
One day.
But no, so Night and Day is really important. It's an institution that's been in Manchester, and you have, when you have a venue like that, you realise how important spaces like that are. So when I was a kid, you needed people to go, this kid is too young for people to pay attention to, but he wants to be a musician and he's serious enough. And I was bugging venues like Night and Day, like Ruby Lounge, Roadhouse, when it was still open. The three venues that I started at when I was a real young kid, when I had to wait outside the gig because I wasn't old enough to go in, and then they'd pull you in, and it's people like Jay Taylor, who, Manchester is full of people like that, and everywhere's full of people like that, and those venues are, I wouldn't still be doing it if I didn't have adults who were in the position of booking bands to give you a little push, even if no one comes to it. And that's why those venues need to exist, because I wasn't pulling people in. I was just learning how to be a musician, and I was feeling like a musician. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is really important, because if you break that link in the chain, you won't have people deciding they're going to be a musician, And those venues have been there for you. If you think of when you're on a night out, your fond memories of falling in love, like getting heartbroken, being absolutely off your face, those memories that are important to you, those buildings and those people were there for you. And this is when we come out of it, everyone's got to be there for them, on the other side. Because if we lose them, then I don't know what we're going to do.
And on that point, I'm going to shut up and let you get on with the music.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. Thank you.
This is one of the songs I actually wrote while we were locked down. So if I get it wrong, it's because I've not played it that many times. You got all dressed up for nothing but the moon and
the sky still loved you, just a dance performed for one, with your answer just because each word you said came to me like a breeze. Don't fret, I'll be the last one standing there. And I can hold your hand if you want it. I can hold your head above water. Felled the tree with paper cuts. It's not over until it's done. Every glance you made, how it brought me to my knees. Don't fret, I'll be the last one standing there. Don't fret, I'll be the last one standing there. Now I know one day it's coming, and I know you might not want it, but my answer's just a hunch. It's not over until it's done. Every hair on your head, I remember everyone. Don't fret, I'll be the last one standing there. And every day we had, I remember everyone. Don't fret, I'll be the last one standing there. I'll be the last one standing there. I'll be the last one standing there. Hey, thanks. That one is obviously for everyone. That goes out to everyone. You can chat. I've just got a tune for a minute, so I can fill some space.
It's fantastic. I really love that.
Thanks.
That was really
That,
nice.
I'd say that one I wrote just like a week and a half ago while we were in lockdown. So,
Wow.
you know, you got to imagine trumpets and other instruments that are too loud to play in the apartment.
Well, I don't know. I think that came across very powerful, my friend. That was really nice. I think, yeah, there's other things in there. It was great, but yeah, fantastic, really good. Any other venues that you can remember?
I mean, I turned 16 on stage at Deaf Institute.
Wow, well, that's great.
Which is illegal.
But we won't tell anybody that. But there's a lot
Yeah.
of that kind of thing happens in Manchester, doesn't it? That's probably why Manchester is so...
No, I mean, I know I've been joking. Like, I know I've been joking, and you know, because to be honest, I'm having a good time, and it's so important we still have a city that we're really proud of when we come out of this, and I want us to come out of it safely. You know, I'm in a very lucky position that my work is, you know, I can still make music, you know, and like, sorry, I'm just concentrating.
I'm sorry, I'm really annoyed to try and do an interview.
No,
whilst
that's all
it's-
right. No, it's, and it's just, like, you've got venues of all sizes, and so many cities don't have that stepping stone. You know, upstairs in Gulliver's, is one of my favourite venues of all time. You know, and Academy too. I've seen some of my favourite gigs I've ever, you know, real like gigs that when you're a little kid are the most important thing you've seen. You know, those places, they need to be there for when we come back.
I remember going to the Eagle in Salford. You go down to
White Hotel.
You know, just incredible, isn't it? You know, really, really. I mean, I think this is the thing about Manchester. I mean, I love this place. Mancunians do it really well. When there's a state of adversity to stand up to, Manchester has always come together to sort that out. Do you know what I mean? I think
we're good people.
We're very good.
We're good people. And I mean, I just heard you when you were asking Renn before, when you were saying people have got to remember, especially in a town like Manchester, it's the people that serve you drinks, it's the people that wash the pots, it's the people that make your food, you know, in the bars. And remember, all up and down the country, music fans, a lot of the bands that people like, those bands are dudes and ladies that do those jobs. So a lot of the bands that you like, suddenly that people are, not only are they not able to gig, but they can't work in bars, and that's how you do it, you know. So it's, people have really, I don't know the solution, you know, I'm not here with a solution, but I think people have to remember that they have to decide they're going to be patrons of the arts for a bit, you know, and take it as a real, you know, step up. I mean, when I go and see my friends play in places like the Castle, you know, and people that have come over from America, my friends are on tour and they're playing to, you know, they're playing in Soup Kitchen to not many people on a Monday night. And I look around and the other people that are there watching those gigs, and the people that come and see me in towns that I've never played before, and I'm looking at every single one of these people, and it's so much easier to go to a big gig. And they're the people that don't need it as much. And it's so much easier to do that. And the people that go and see bands that they've never heard a record of, or that they might be terrible in a venue that they really like, a small place, absolute heroes. It's amazing. Because English people, we're socially awkward. You know, it's weird to stand in an empty room and watch someone give it loads. It's weird. You know, and I know it can be uncomfortable, but every time I see that, I'm like, you people are heroes. So I feel reluctant to ask them to do more, but everyone's going to have to do more, you know.
Absolutely. Over to you, my
right,
friend.
so this is going to be my last one, if that's all right.
Okay, I will shut up and you play us out, my friend.
This is another new one.
Maybe I'm shocked but not surprised. You've been dancing on this ledge here for a while, looking down how the ground begins to smile. You're drinking now, but I know that you've been trying. I know that you've been trying. Don't you think if I could, I would run the last mile, say the words and I would run the last mile, you know I would run the last mile. Maybe I'm not the savior you had in mind, when even angels seem like snakes behind their eyes. You found a spot to sit and watch the sunrise, and even your lowest lows have the room to romanticize. I know that you've been trying, but don't you think if I could, I would run the last mile, take the load if I could. I would run the last mile, you know I would run the last mile. Don't you think if I could, I would run the last mile, take the load if I could. I would run the last mile, say the words and I would. You know I would run, I would run. Thanks, everyone.